Shalom, family. Shalom, shalom. Giving all praise to the Most High Power, Israel, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This brother Yawasab just coming up. Slack, you just coming with some news from yesterday on Tuesday. Want to go over the news from Tuesday past. Okay. Just want to give a quick double honors to all the mighty men and elders in the community and everyone teaching this truth. We want to go over what's happening with New York City. Okay. New York City is going through a hospital crisis with its workers, and what we have happening is a looming state of emergency for New York City. You got millions upon millions of people working in New York City, right? For the hospital industry, and you have no workers. You basically have martial law troops by way of National Guard taking over, and you also have them driving buses in certain parts of this region. But now you just have an enlarging number of hospitals throughout Midtown and the boroughs with no hospital workers. That thing has a state of emergency written all over it at some point. That's how bad it's getting due to the sick agenda, okay? End Time News, End Time Headlines reported yesterday, largest health provider canned all its workers opposing the agenda due to Scarecrow, Maxine, Vanessa, the pimp and the harlot, this sick agenda that they pushing. It's waxing worse for New York City. That's turning into a state of emergency. It's going to be a state of emergency at some point, Slack, especially when these temperatures really go down this coming winter. That condition's only getting worse, family. Other breaking news from Tuesday. Apparently, Facebook is facing a lot of heavy allegations in Capitol Hill now. We don't know what's going to happen to Facebook. It appears they may or may not break it up into different divisions due to all the stuff. There's a whistleblower. She just throwing them under the bus, man. Apparently, it's a lot of corruption inside the heads of Facebook. That went viral. Apparently, they were still having technical issues, and on top of the technical issues, the whistleblowers just sinking them, exposing the corruption within. It's like I said in a recent video, Facebook is good for teaching its truth. It's good for us to, magnify the body, wake up the lost sheep, and, bid the marriage, okay? But Facebook is very notorious for scamming groups. There's a lot of scam artists that dwell in that community. That's just general. You got a lot of scammers. Shoot, you even got scammers inside the Israelite community, man. All these weird stuff going on. It's been going on with a lot of these groups for a long time. But all that's coming out by way of this whistleblower as well. So we don't know what's going to happen. The Most High might just shut down Facebook. We'll see. Salakia. There was other breaking news as well. Let me get that article. Here it is. I found it. There was a shutdown or a freeze with Bank of America, Zoom, Snapchat, and I believe there was even an issue with Southwest Airlines. There was this huge freeze with communication. All types of stuff is happening this week. First it was Facebook, and then you just have this domino effect. Okay, it's just the Most High shutting this place down. That's what it really is. The Most High is taking this place out, man. And he's playing no games with Babylon the Great. He's destroying this wicked beast system, man. let me get this news. Also, this is from Tuesday. One moment, family. It was the biggest headline. It was yesterday morning. I'd say about 8 or 9 in the morning. It reads from End Time Headlines. One of the world's leading financial experts says the biggest crash in world history has already been triggered and will impact the price of gold, silver, and Bitcoin. So this collapse of the dollar, of Babylon the Great, this white supremacist rule, the Most High is he just shutting down everything. And it's happening right in front of us, family. I'm personally excited because that's how bad I want to get out of Babylon the Great. Okay? But yesterday was crazy in news this past Tuesday. So it's Wednesday morning, 1:12 a.m. I just want to bring out, these judgments, man. These judgments, they keep manifesting. It was some other news. I believe this was from RT, not RT. This might have been from Epoch Times. This was yesterday around 6. I think it was Steve Mnuchin. I believe that Steve Mnuchin, he stated that the U.S. won't default ahead of debt ceiling vote. So he say, mind you, family, America is like $73 trillion in Slovakia. $73 trillion in debt to China. 73 trillion, somewhere around that number. So at some point, that financial bubble, it's going to implode, man. That's what's going to happen. And this whole thing going to freeze. It's kind of like Slovakia. When you making a credit card payment, right? You're trying to make that credit card payment, but you only making the bare minimum. If you make the bare minimum, technically you're not really making the payment. You making the payment, but it's only going to the interest. And the more you pay, if you pay in that form of just paying only the minimum, they're going to hit you with higher fees. That's how it works with credit. So it's not really working out for Babylon the Great financially. This thing is going to implode eventually. The freezing of the Slovakia, the Bank of America accounts, and potentially other accounts. Bank of America was the one that made news. Yeah, the American dollar, that thing is finished, man. That thing, that dollar, this fiat currency, it's garbage, man. It ain't nothing but paper, man. It don't have value. But even with the implosion, this hyperinflation, it's affecting everything. And the domino effect is going to be global, man. More so here in Babylon the Great, since we pushed that fiat currency. Of course, you guys know the history that happened around 69 during the Nixon era, Slovakia, called the Nixon shock, where he took off the gold and oil. He took off the gold and silver and made the dollar oil-backed currency, something to that effect. He put the U.S. dollar more so on the petrol versus gold and silver. That's what happened. And now the dollar is just finished, man. Of course, through the greed of this beast called Babylon the Great. So now the dollar is just in crisis, and the Most High, he's just finishing this thing off. I mentioned hyperinflation is also tearing up everything. I mentioned in the recent video, there's a condition with the boats coming in, the shores, lack of truck drivers. Like I said, Mnuchin says the dollar won't, the country won't default. That's garbage. This thing's going to implode in a matter of just moments. Most High will. I'm sick of working for these These thieves in suits, man. All they do is steal our tax dollars anyways, you know? Salakia family. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. This was the one that I missed. This was news from this was a report that I forgot to tell you guys from Sunday. The Iranian foreign minister warns war with Israel already started. This was one that I missed. I'm gonna bring that out again. This was from End Time Headlines. Iranian foreign minister warns war with Israel already started. That was from Sunday. Now, of course, we always see, when you think about them converts that was put out there, like after 1948, whatever, they always bombing Hamas, you know, the Gaza Strip. They always dealing with those little minor fights, but you know, now Iran is getting involved. We all know, Slakia, we all know that Iran is supported by Russia and China, North Korea, and all the other allies to support them. So America is coming down, family. That's all I'm saying. This country is coming down. And, you know, I'm a watchman, so I have to keep bringing out these reports for the family. Keep you guys up to date, you know, because we want to get the hell out of here. Most High willing, be delivered on to Zion as it's written. Go to our resting place and rule over our oppressors, you know. That's what we want. That's what we're praying for. So we have to keep edifying the body. I'm going to bring out a couple of, bring out some scriptures and I'm going to shut it down. Okay, family? One moment. Let me cut that off. One moment. We're going to go to the book of Salakia. Let's go to 2nd Ezra 5:1. Just run through a couple of scriptures and I'm going to shut this down. 2nd Ezra 5:1, and it reads, nevertheless, Salakia, I'm sorry. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. I'm going to read that again. Salakia. 2nd Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as coming the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren in faith. Okay? That's going into the sick agenda. That's going into the majority of these Babylonians kind of following suit. Now you got the ones that's against it, but they're not really in the truth. They're just constitutionalists, and they're just basically in a civil war, for lack of better words. But that's not really our fight. Our fight is waking up the lost sheep. And, you know, they're going to have this civil war, obviously, but it's going to be in vain because a nuclear missile going to land on top of them, okay? They're going to be destroyed. We're going to read 2nd Ezra 9:22. And it reads, 2nd Ezra 9:22 reads, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. That's dealing with the time we in. I believe that plant is dealing with the chosen people, the remnant body, and the governing body, because those are the ones prophesied to be delivered in these very, very difficult times we're living in right now. Okay? But unfortunately, the multitude, and of course, two parts of the Hebrew Israelites that's of this world and love this wickedness, they too are going to perish. Okay? Let's get that in 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter. I'm going to just run through these. 2nd Esdras 8:1, and it reads, "And he answered me, saying, The Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few." Obviously, what's happening in this time, there's a lot of death and sorrow. This famine, this plague, this pestilence is killing a lot of people, family. I said in recent video, there's so much slakia. There's so much breakthrough cases with scarecrow, if you know what I mean. The media don't even bring it out. They've blacked out these cases. They've blacked out those stories, man. That's how bad it is. You know? So the Most High, he's not playing, man. Wait for the winter season. We ain't seen nothing yet. Watch this coming winter. They're going to have to bring in martial law due to the condition, on top of a financial collapse and World War III. Let me read this again. 2nd Esdras 8:1, "And he answered me, saying, The Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few." Verse 2, "I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, where earthen vessels are made, but little does that gold come of. Even so is the course of this present world." Verse 3, "There be many created, but few shall be saved." That's dealing with the side we on. I believe verse 2 is dealing with this, the wisdom of this world. It's not really of the Most High. You know, the heathens, you know, you go into the history of the heathens, none of the nations kept the law except the Israelites, okay? And in this sense, the chosen of the Israelites, the remnant and the elect people, they're going to be saved, while everyone else is dying in this famine right before us every day, okay? Let's get Luke. Let's go to the book of Luke. I'm going to just run through these and I'm going to shut it down. Let's get out the plantation. I like to edify the body as much as I can. You know, with this collapse that's happening, this hyperinflation, the crashing of these banks, these corporations. Remember, the internet's connected to it too. Social media, everything's in one umbrella. So when it goes down, everything will go down with it, family. That includes YouTube, the web, your cell phone. All that's going to shut down. And we coming into this time. All praises, right? This is the book of Luke 21 and 25. And it reads, "And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captives into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled." And that's going into us falling as a nation, the kingdom of people, the other nations being set up over us. And obviously, the converts were set up after World War II by way of Balfour Declaration, and the world's been upside down under their war, their forever war agenda, endless war, slack it, their endless war agenda, and taxing the hell out of us, taxpayers, okay? That actually happened, and obviously the true people of the Most High is not set up, and that's going to be done by way of Hamashiach Yahushai, okay? When this destruction come. Let's get Mark 13. Almost done. Mark 13 and 8. And it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows." Read that again. "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in divers places, and there shall be famines and troubles. And these are the beginnings of sorrows." And globally, there's just slack it. sorry, there's all types of volcanoes, earthquakes. I don't know if you guys noticed, California had this major there's a massive oil spill all over California with like waters, and it's just causing all types of marine havoc. You got dead fish. The Most High is just tearing this place up, man. It's just the plagues. It's like it. The plagues of the ancient time, they're just back, man. So I say it's exciting, it's scary, but we seen it happen, so we just gotta hold on. Okay? Let's get Jeremiah 30. Let's go back to the classic in Jeremiah 30. Y'all know where I'm going. Jeremiah 30:7 reads, "At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." I know some brothers like, oh, Slakia, we not in Jacob's trouble. This not Jacob's trouble. Well, if it's not Jacob's trouble, tell that to the thousands of people that's unemployed. I mean, I drive every day, family. I'm seeing U-Haul vehicles all over the roads. Families that's losing everything. Families basically going homeless. No unemployment. I mean, the court system's turning on everyone. I mean, people, I'm slacky. I'm mainly talking about the scattered 12 tribes that's struggling right now and chose not to get involved with that sick agenda. I'm talking about them. Times are hard. It's a struggle. It's a struggle worldwide, but to see the struggle right here in plain sight, it's scary, man. So brothers saying that we not in Jacob's trouble and this ain't no time of persecution. I mean, what are you looking at? You know what I'm saying? This is a very difficult time for our people right now. And it's getting worse and worse. People saying we ain't in Jacob's trouble. Well, you know what? Tell that to the Israelites abroad that's in these war-torn countries, which I brought out in when I first started doing videos. When you go into those areas that's really getting it, you know, go talk to them, man. Go tell that to our brothers from Haiti right now that's being deported. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to them. Talk to the families that's going through it right now. That's out of money. It's a struggle for them to get through to the next day. Go tell them they're not in Jacob's trouble, man. Because that don't make no damn sense. It's not at a peak, but it's in motion. Okay? Times are very difficult. And it's getting harder and harder. So, you know, we got to hold on as a nation of people and pray for one another in these last days, man, and try to help if you can, you know. But these are very difficult times. These are very troubling times for our people. I mean, wait for this martial law to kick in, you know. It's going to get harder and harder, but remember, the Most High, He going to deliver us in these hard times, man. But these are times of Jacob's trouble. It's not at a peak, but for all the hundreds and thousands of people of our nation that's losing everything, go tell them they're not in Jacob's trouble. Why they lost years of what they thought was just a livelihood in real time right now. Okay? We just got to keep one another in prayer. These are the times of Jacob's trouble. It's not at full speed, but it's here. It is, family. Let's go to Revelations. Let's get the book of Revelations 11. Revelations 11 and 14 reads, "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." That's dealing with this MW3. It's dealing with World War III. As I said recent video, the nations is very aware of what America has done, and the nations is basically setting the stage to bomb the hell out of this country. That's what's going to happen. The Most High he's gonna put it in their spirit to just bomb this country for what they're really doing, man. It's not a secret what America's doing. What America doing is very wicked, and the nations is very aware of what America has done, and it's just a matter of time before the Most High put a spirit on these nations to just press those buttons, man. That's what's going to happen, because America time has come, man. That's what's going to happen. But we got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Believe, keep the faith. Do right by this truth. Love one another, family. Love each other, family. Work with one another in humbleness and sincerity. Be Christ-like in his walk, okay? To the best of your ability, okay? Last one. Isaiah 35:4 reads, say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense, and he will come and save you. Okay? And with that, I'm going to give all praise to the Most High Power of Israel, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Double honors to the mighty men, and the elders, and the apostles of the community, teaching this truth, edifying the body. Peace and blessings to everyone doing this work in humbleness and sincerity. With that, shalom.